Hey, what's going on, guys? Burger here, bringing you another video, and today we're playing Warframe, and I'm going to show you how to get the Ivara Warframe, a stealth-based Warframe. Pretty simple to get. So, what you want to do is, in your navigation, the way to acquire her is by doing spy missions. So, systems drops from easiest is Cambria, but just low-level spies. The chassis you can get from Amalthea on Jupiter, and the blueprint and neuroptics you can either get from Kappa on Sedna or Dione on Saturn. Now, these aren't the only missions, but they were the easiest, well, at least for me. But you can do other spy missions if you want. Alright, so on Cambria now, and the way to get her is you have to get all three data vaults, all three of the data vaults in the spy mission, to have a chance of getting one of her pieces. Now, if you miss one and fail it, then you cannot get her piece. It has to be all three. Simple spy mission, A, B, C. So on Cambria, there's three different types. There's this one with the wires, where you have to drain the water. Two guys in here, you can just take them out easy. The next one is going to be one with a pipe going down, where you have to jump over gaps to get to the top. And then the one after that will be just like a kind of like water runoff, like downstream. And you just can jump into the ceiling on a grate and break it and just be right in the vault. So these, since it's the lowest tier for Ivara pieces systems, per piece is, the mission's easy, but the piece itself is hard to get due to the drop rate. Now, because of the drop rate, you have to run this multiple times, or you can just run it once. It's really all RNG with her Warframe. Well, the pieces of it. It took me 4 days, I believe, to get these systems, and everything else I got on my first try. But based on just this mission, because it's Cambria, it's low tier, so the drop rate is lower. The higher tiers have a higher drop rate. So the Sedna, Kappa, and the Dione on Saturn, which drop the blueprint and the neuroptics. By the way, both of those, neuroptics and blueprint, can drop from the same mission. So say you can just keep running Dione, trying to get neuroptics and blueprint. I'm not saying that blueprint drops from Kappa and neuroptics drops from Dione. No, they both drop from the same tier. Since there are higher level tiers though, the drop rate's higher, so it won't take you as long. Like I said, it took me one good try on each part. I did the first one, I got neuroptics, did the second one, I got blueprint. And with the Amalthea on Jupiter, it took me one try. It was an alert, and one try, and I got the chassis. The higher the rate, the higher the tier, the higher the drop rate. Simple as that. Cambria was probably just the hardest part for me because the drop rate was so low, and just altogether trying to get the pieces of this Warframe is difficult because it's just so time consuming. Now, it does make it easier if you do have an Ivara on your team. So if you have like a friend that has Ivara, or just any stealth frame, actually, you can run this with Loki, Ash, Ivara, any of those stealthy frames. Just really simple with Ivara with the Prowl augment mod infiltrate, because you can just bypass lasers. But other than that, if you just have a group of 3, just each one take one vault, speeds up the process majorly. That's how I got the last 3 pieces of Ivara. Because the Cambria, since it was so easy, I just did it by myself. Alright, so got all 3 vaults, none failed. Like I said, you have to retrieve all 3 to have a chance of getting one of her pieces. So now you go to extraction, like any other mission. And I'm sorry if this extraction takes a while, because I'm running with a rando, and I don't think he really knows what I'm doing, or what he's doing. So I'm gonna speed it up once I get there. because this guy literally takes the whole minute to get here. Alright, just sped it up and the guy still isn't here. Just wait these 10 seconds for it to count down. Now on this one, I do not get an Ivara systems piece, and that's because, like I said, the drop rate is not guaranteed. The drop rate is so low on this that if you get it on your first try, RNG has blessed you, alright? You just have that RNG blessing. For me, I don't, so it took me 4 days to get this one piece. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about Ivara's abilities. She's a stealth frame, like I said, and her abilities are Quiver, which she can choose between 4 arrows, Sleep, Dash Wire, Sound, and Cloak. Navigator, she can take control of projectiles. Prowl, she becomes invisible, and Artemis Bow, she summons a bow. Pretty simple. And see ya.